We're up against the Protoss player, guys. There's the Probe Scout. Okay, I was gonna say that Probe Scout is a little bit less. Or a little bit late, rather. No, that's fake, dude. Is it not? It is not. I think I'm just gonna actually take the third base. I should have probably made a couple of circlings. Oh wow, there's an adept already as well. That's actually really rough. I actually did not expect him to have that adept there already. Ooh, that means that this base is actually in a little bit of trouble. It's probably gonna get picked off. I wonder though if I can not just go for like a big counterattack. I do have to be cautious that I don't accidentally get supply blocked here, which would suck. I'm just gonna send units straight across. These adepts are probably gonna just be in my base here in a sec, so. There's no expo yet from him either, right? So that's an important thing to keep in mind here. Oh, actually, the adepts are over here. Yeah, Protoss units are good, man.
New subscriber detected.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never.
Gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye.
Hurt you.
Never gonna sell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give, never gonna give. He has recall. I don't really know exactly what the follow-up plan is going to be though right now from a Protoss player who's in this scenario. Because it is a bit of a strange spot to be in right now, right? Because yeah, he did a bunch of damage and all that, but like, is he really far ahead? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, I was gonna say, what exactly do you do from here? Well... It will probably be a bit of a cheeky one, huh? I think I honestly have to go Hydras, because I don't really see how I could make, like, Corruptors work here. Corruptors are so awkward. Thing is, though, I'm pretty sure I can't win against Phoenixes either way. I've tried both Corruptors and, you know, the other thingamajigs, and they kind of suck. So I'm thinking maybe Hydras are a better idea, but I'm really not entirely sure. Without, like, having a third base is pretty difficult to win, so I guess we'll just have to try our best. He had no idea that it was moving there. Yeah, Phoenixes are like some of the most cost-efficient units in the game. They're so good. It's hard for Phoenixes not to, like, get value. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is a proper Bronze League strat right now. 2-base Hydra, boys. Come on, dude! You don't even see my units! How do you know I'm headed in that direction? Ay, ay, ay. Think he got a little bit lucky there a couple times. I really need a freaking third base, guys. So the issue about this style is not so much the Phoenixes, but it's the follow-up. So this will almost certainly go into a style where it's all about the carrier. And you can't really win against, like, carriers unless you have 600 APM. Like, I've got about 450-ish APM in the late game, and I'm just not fast enough. Like, I think that's what it comes down to, man. Like, every time I try and play against maxed out Skytools, I lose because I'm too slow. It sucks. So I'm hoping I can, like, you know, prevent it from getting to that point, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm only just now saturating the fourth, or the third rather, and that's just super late. I'm assuming he probably has that base fully saturated already. We're dead in the water, guys. I'm gonna try and get Lurkers going. That can sometimes work, but...
New subscriber detected.
Yo, thank you very much, Jankness, for the support. I think the main issue in these kind of scenarios is that we don't have a comeback mechanic. Like, there's just not... Unless, like, my best comeback mechanic right now, what I'm trying to come up with, is crossing my fingers and hoping that my opponent is accidentally gonna walk into, like, a bunch of lurkers. That's the strat, guys. That's not a good strat. That's not a good win condition. But it's something.
We must place that on creep. We require
Okay, that's 8 lurkers.
our forces are under.
He's already got the 4th base coming up, so...
We require unacceptable command. Not enough energy.
Okay, we just pretend there's no more opponent in this game, guys.
Not enough energy.
We just play our own game. Trying to go Hydra, Lurker, Viper.
Our forces are under attack. Tumor is under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. We require more minerals. Our forces are under attack. We are at maximum supply.
We made it to a maximum supply. That's not bad, right? That's something.
Depleted. Unacceptable command.
Interestingly enough, he's not going for that Skytol's army.
Mineral field depleted. Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
I've got too many overlords. I don't know why I have so many.
Our forces are under attack.
Um...
Not enough energy. Mineral field depleted. We are at max. Our forces are under attack. Not enough mineral field. Our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Unacceptable command.
Okay.
Metamorphosis complete. Our forces
I don't actually want to push here. Where's the storm? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, did he not bang storm? That would be kind of funny.
Metamorphosis complete. Vespene guys are exhausted. We require more Vespene.
Maybe that's a little excessive.
Field depleted.
Considering he doesn't seem to have a Skytools though.
Oh god, look out behind you.
Okay. This is a weird fight. Yeah, let's not do that. Oh, I thought you guys were actually unburrowed.
Our forces are under attack. A creature is under attack.
Wait, where did my Vipers go? Did they just get picked off?
We require more Vespene gas. Mineral field depleted.
That's something.
You're at maximum supply. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Oh, I don't have link speed. I just realized I don't have link speed. That's crazy. We've gone this whole game without link speed.
New subscriber detected.
Happy 32nd Milo Zed.
The hive cluster is under attack. Unacceptable command. We are
Hmm.
Require unacceptable. We require more minerals.
Don't have a lot of money, guys.
More minerals. Mutation complete. We require
Ring around the rosy.
We require more minerals.
How my base is doing. This one's starting to be oversaturated. This one's still pretty empty. I can send a couple of units over there.
We require more minerals.
Ooh, I don't know, man. That's scary.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Okay.
We require
We're heading over to the top left.
the hive cluster is under attack. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Yeah. Get in there, dude. Walk up that ramp, mate. That's the spot you want to be.
We require our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted. We require more minerals. We require mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
Yeah, go ahead. You can tag, dude. Oh. Here we go. I win no games from that position, dude. I just won a game that went longer than 12 minutes, guys.
Subscriber detected.
That's the first this month.
Rifto smile, I am back, Mr. LOWKOGGs.
I was so dead. I was so dead. Hey, thanks for the subs, guys. I really do appreciate it. All right, I think we've peaked though, guys. That's like, I know this was one of the first games of the day.
New subscriber detected.
Yes,
I think this is the best game we're gonna
so
play.
good to see. Nicely done.
Hey, thanks Glazerbeam. Thank you Klinged Wetzer. Thank you Rennie. And thanks you Crunchy Ferret for the support during that game. Yeah, my account name is called Pet Zerg. Primary reason is that I reached like 5.5, 5.6k MMR by playing really aggressively every single game. Reason why I was playing really aggressively is because I can't win a game for the life of me past the 12-minute mark. So the fact I won this one, it's like one of very few. And it was a good one too, right? It was a fun one. Yo, look at this. Look at my face. This is what happens, guys, when I'm in an intense game and I forget to breathe. Look at this shit. That can't be healthy, can it? That's just stress, straight up. I'm a redneck now, literally. Yeah, I've had that my entire life, where like, if I have, like, either I get really nervous or I'm extremely focused, I get like, I don't know, my neck and my face get really red. This is the moment I get salty, man. When he like keeps sniping my freaking base. What a jerk. So I don't think, honestly, that I should be able to win the game from here on out. Because look the situation that we're in. He's a freaking base up on me. He's ahead economically speaking. The only thing that I kind of like about this situation is my tech and my upgrades. My upgrades are pretty good. My upgrades are, you know, I've got 1-1 coming and that because I couldn't spend my money anywhere else. So I figured, okay, I guess rather than getting a third base up, which I couldn't get because the guy was being a jerk, I decided to go double Evo and then that Hydra then. So my whole game plan at this point is just surviving. And I think I said it at some point as well. Let's just pretend we're playing a single player game. And we're trying to build up the perfect unit composition. Because I don't see myself ever winning this game if I go for a timing attack. Like if I were to push into this guy right now, I think I'd be so dead, right? Now, I actually expected him to go for a maxed out Skytles army. Because that's what everyone is doing right now on the ladder. But for some reason, this guy decided to go for like a, I don't know, like a standard mid game. And then he didn't really do anything with the mid game and just transitioned towards late game instead. This is fine for me. We can defeat this kind of army by going either Hydra Lurker or going for Brood Lords. I decided to go for both, so I figured, okay, if I can max out, it's gonna be fine. And you can see right here, since his macro is not very good, we managed to get back into the game just fine. We're actually ahead supply-wise at this point. Now, this is the wonderful thing about Protoss, though. You have 2k gas. What do? You warp in 10 High Templar. Make a couple of Archon. Archons are always nice. And he does not start up the transition towards Fleet Beacon. So even though I've kind of clawed myself back into the game, like I said, my late game Skytles win rate, so when I play Zerg and I go up against Skytles, it's probably less than 20%. This is like gonna bring up my you know, percentage rate as far as win rates go significantly. It's just really difficult. When you see the top dogs do it, like the Serals of the world, you'll see they will go for like Infestors, and they will go for Vipers, and they will go for Corruptors, and they will go for Brood Lords, and Hydras, and Lurkers, and Ling Bronbis, and everything. And I genuinely think I'm not fast enough to execute that, despite having more than 400 actions per minute. It's super hard. Now, maybe it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but... Alright, so this move out right here was trash. I don't know what I was trying to achieve here. I think I thought that I had these guys unburrowed over here, and I was trying to like funnel my way down that ramp. This was an awkward fight. Shouldn't have moved down there. Anyways, so since I see he's making this transition towards Skytles, I decide to go for Corruptors. Because you can't really beat Skytles with anything else. You need Corruptors and Vipers and stuff. So we actually got a good engagement here. This is probably what flipped the game upside down. So I think I was still losing up to this fight. So this fight right over here was really rough. I made a couple of Vipers, but they accidentally, like, that's what I mean. Like, my APM wasn't high enough to keep track of them. So I kind of had them, and then they died, and that was that. I don't know why he decided to take the fight here, to be honest. Like, this was basically on my home turf with the Lurkers and everything, right? I have no idea why he decided to, like, fight over here. So, end up target firing down with the Corruptors. We kill most of the ground army, and this is where he starts rebuilding. We get a little bit of a tech snipe over here. So rather than going for the Nexus, I figured, you know what? I'll get the Templar Archives in the Robo Bay. That's going to force Skytles. So make a bunch of additional drones. Go for Corruptors here as much as possible. Couple of Brood Lords. This base over here didn't go up, but... all things considered, this fight over here was also really critical. I was unsure about this one, to be honest. I thought he wanted to head on over to the expansion over here. So I was caught with my pens down in a very weird spot. Maybe I should box my unit to go around instead, but it would take a little while. So I was caught at a bit of a weird angle here. Once again, try and buy as much time as possible. Try to bait out as many of those hits as possible. But you can see right now, like, his Skytle's army really isn't that big. For some reason, he's got 6 Tempest in there. I have no idea why. Yeah, I don't know. He's got a bunch of Tempests, but a bunch of them are at home. There's only 2 Archons in here because he ended up losing a lot as well. I don't know about that. Didn't bring the Mothership. There's no Mothership here, so I don't really need Vipers either. I don't know. Like, this is like a poor execution of late-game Protoss. So I'm happy that I ended up winning, but there's a lot of room for improvement here for Protoss. Alright, so I know at this point, since he doesn't have the bases in the top left-hand corner taken, I checked, or at least I'm checking right now. This has to be one of his last mining bases. And I decided, you know what, let's just try and get in there, because if he doesn't have High Templar with Storm, he can't really keep my Corruptors at bay very easily. Since he doesn't have a Mothership or any static defense up here either, I think it's fine. And whenever, like, Protoss starts warping in Stalkers to deal with your air army, that's when you know you're in a good spot, okay? Like, Stalkers are great as, like, a last-ditch effort. They're really bad for, like, sustained damage against Zerg. They really don't do very much. Now, these couple of Zealots, maybe I respected them a little bit too much, but after killing the base, I sent everything back. Because these Zealots can deal a lot of damage. My Zerglings didn't do very much. Here's where we played Ring Around the Rosie. But I know at this point that he has to take another base, right? So it's either going to be the one over here, which I just killed, or in the top left. So I decided to move down the ramp here initially, but I shouldn't have done that, because there's no way that is ever going to be a good fight for me. He's always going to have to expand at this point. Like, he can't. He blew a lot of storms on a lot of nothing, yeah, because I tried microing out of them. Same over here, actually, at the final fight. He also ends up getting into a rough spot with the storms. So I know he moved back down the ramp because you can see, like, you have a little bit of vision. When units die, you have a little bit of vision, so I see the direction in which he's moving. And I figured if I can get the Lurkers on top of the ramp, he's probably going to accidentally move into them, and that's exactly what happened. So we get a lot of kills there. Like, that was the most satisfying move here. So he's at 164. Bam! 140 or 138. Ooh, that feels good. That was juicy units to use or to lose as well. So here's where we try and micro out of the storms. So I try my best to not take any storms to the face. And this is like a unit composition I'm honestly not too comfortable with. I don't really play this usually, but it worked out quite well, right? Yeah. And then he says LOL and he leaves the game. I honestly think, though, the main reason I ended up winning this game was not so much because, like, I played much better micro-wise, or that I had the best unit compositions. It's just that, like, my opponent's macro kind of sucked. Maybe that's mean of me to say, but I found usually, and feel free to disagree, I found that most of the time when someone opens up Cannon Rush, they kind of suck at playing a longer game. Like, I feel like the scariest players that cheese in StarCraft are the ones that, like, are actually good at playing macro. Like, for example, like Haas. Haas goes for a lot of cheese, but what makes him scary is that he gets an advantage, and then he can actually macro his way out of it, right? Most of the cannon rushes on the ladder, if you can pull the game to go a little bit longer, you're in a decent enough spot. So, I don't think I should have been allowed to macro from here. Like, I get the 4th base up, completely uncontested. He does nothing to kill the 4th base. Yeah, Parting is Parting is probably the best example. Parting loves playing aggressively, but Parting is extremely good macro-wise. So, if you see right here, like, his mineral and gas count starts going up pretty fast. Look at this. That's nuts. Like, imagine him doing this push again, but with all of that money spent. I don't know. So I don't really know exactly if I won because I played much better than him. Or because I made all of the strategic right calls. I just tried to not die, I guess. And I think I probably, against a more competent cannon rusher, or more competent macro player after cannon rush, I think I probably would have lost. But yeah, it is what it is. Pretty happy that I didn't. Not gonna lie. Whew, GG. That was good.